What's going on? What's going on, Fireflies? It's me, Neon MUA, and I'm here to present you with some greatness. You know, I give Colourpop a lot of heat for their numerous launches. A lot of times it's well warranted and deserved. However, there are a few collaborations that they tend to get right, in my opinion. So recently, Shayla has launched a new collaboration with Colourpop, and so today I'm going to be reviewing that. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a review, demo, first impressions, swatches, all of that stuff of the brand new Proceed with Caution collection from Colourpop in collaboration with Shayla. Got a mouthful, I know, but yes, we're going to get into all the details of it. We're going to break down everything, and yeah, let's get started, shall we? Before this video begins, if at any point you are enjoying yourself and enjoying me and the content I'm creating, then go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs up, like, and support. It means so much. Also, if you want to continue seeing my face on your YouTube feed, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I upload. And without further ado, we're going to get right into this review, demo, first impression, swatches, all of that jazz of the new Shayla and Colourpop collection. So let's go. Okie dokie. So like I said, you guys, Colourpop has released a new collection in collaboration with Shayla. In case you guys don't know who Shayla is, she is a black female influencer on the internet and stuff. I like Shayla. I feel like me and Shayla have similar vibes in terms of like what we like in terms of color and things of that nature. She has done 2 collaborations so far outside of this one with Colourpop. Her first one, which was the Perception collaboration, which I fully enjoyed. I actually did a review on it, so if you want to see that, bubble up here somewhere. Hopefully, if not, there'll be whatever. She also did a mini lip bundle with Colourpop as well, so I'm excited to see what she does with this collection. I have high hopes. Shayla is, of course, like I said, a black girl, so she knows what's going to work on deeper complexion, and her last collaboration was a very good indication that she's aware of what we need, so hopefully this will be great as well. Alright, you guys, so like I said, Colourpop has a new collection with Shayla, and we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of it. This collection is currently available on Colourpop's website at the time of filming for $49. It was originally priced at $54, so I'm guessing it's currently on sale at the moment. But yeah, $49, which Colourpop is very reasonable with pricing, and considering that this is actually a PR collection and not just like individual pieces, $49 is a good price point. $54 is also a great price point. So this is the entire collection. We have 2 lip kit bundles, we have an eyeshadow palette, and 2 blushes. I've never tried Colourpop's blushes. That's the only thing I've never got my hands on. Everything else I've tried their formulas before, so I'm fairly familiar with the way things work. But like I said, this is a full review and demo. It's first person to swatches and everything. So we're gonna get into all of the gig, okay? Okay, so up first we have the Proceed with Caution eyeshadow palette. This is a 9 eyeshadow pan palette of pressed eyeshadows. Did I say eyeshadow? So here is the eyeshadow palette. This palette is set up in the same way that a lot of Colourpop's new palettes are being released, like the Soul and Mars palette, as well as the Just My Luck and My Guilty Pleasure palettes. So it's a cute little palette to like take on the go with you, very easy to travel with. And yeah, so like I said, it's an eyeshadow palette. This palette can be bought individually for $12 here on the website. And of course I'm going to give you guys swatches. So right off the bat, looking at this palette, and it gives me very much the same vibes of the Cute AF palette, or Yes Please palette. Yes, I forget. This palette always has tricky names. The Yes Please, Cute AF, whatever palette. Very reminiscent of this in terms of the yellows. That was the first thing that caught my eye. Of course, there's some bronzy shades. There's a shade called Warning in here that is very similar to this shade, which is Note to Self, I think, whatever. That was the first thing I noticed. This palette also gives me vibes of a very hauntingly familiar eyeshadow palette that I've reviewed 3 times on my channel for whatever reason. And the spirit of the Lemonade palette is continuing to haunt me. However, we're gonna hopefully see if this palette performs any better. Fingers crossed that it does. So before we start, we're gonna get into swatches. Okay, we're gonna start with swatches. The first shade we have is called Proceed, which is a typical beigey white. And wait, let me zoom in. First shade we have is Proceed. This shade, like I've said numerous times, these are the kind of shades I tend to blend out things with. Next shade we have is Maintenance. Maintenance is a deep burgundy red, brick red if you will. Go into the next shade, which is the first metallic, which is Dead End. Dead End. Gold, champagne-ish, gold, mostly gold. So yeah. Next shade we have is Warning, which I always find interesting. Ugh, these kind of shades are so pretty. It's a golden orange metallic. Oh, and it feels like butter. Oh, Colourpop metallics feel so good. Okay. Next shade we have is Hazard. Hazard is a, ooh, that's interesting. Hazard is a brown, a deepened taupe, but it has like orange reflex under it. Like, yep. Okay. Moment of truth. The next shade we have is Caution. Caution is the bright yellow in this palette, and obviously the eye catcher. And you know, I'm not mad at it. Obviously with yellow shades, it's always really tricky. Simply because yellows are weird to manufacture. But I will say this is one of the better yellows I've tried. You guys have seen my struggles. So next shade we have is Drill. Ooh, Drill is a very intense copper metallic. Then we have Culture. Culture is a salmony, peachy, brown color. And then the last shade we have is Gloves On. Ooh. Gloves On is a black metallic, and similar to Hazard, it has the orange reflex under it. So that's all 9 of the shades. Alright guys, so as a prime, we're going to get into it. It's probably going to be a simple eye.
That's funny, tell another one.
First shade we're going to take is the shade Culture, and I'm going to apply that into the transition or the crease, whatever, as transition. I'm putting it here, okay? Can you see it? Right off the bat, the palette has a lot of kickback. I don't mind. I don't really care. Some of you might though, so that's just a heads up. And this shade is slightly lighter than my skin tone, so you may not even see it, but whatever. Did it do much? Probably not. So I just want to have a little bit more definition in my crease. So what we're gonna do is take the shade Maintenance, which is that brick red, burgundy, the brick red, and I'm going to pop that in just to help define things. So far, everything blends up pretty good. We're getting very natural smoky vibes from this. Alright, so next I am going to take the shade Caution, the star of the show. Apply that all over my lid and hope and pray for the best. On the brush it looks pigmented. You guys know I struggle with yellow shadows, so we're going to see. And of course I'm stamping that shade on. I'm not mad at it. Let me try it with a different brush. I just want to see what I can get out of it. I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but Caution, I don't know if you can see it on camera. In person, Caution looks a whole lot better than other yellow top. If you guys know, and you guys have seen my Lemonade Craze nightmares, that yellow was trash. This yellow actually performs pretty well. It's not fully opaque, and Again, it's a yellow. What can you expect? The best yellow that I've tried has been the yellow out of the Zulu palette from Juvia's Place. Obviously, there's a yellow in the Yes Please palette. Let's actually compare that in swatches. So right here, this is Caution out of the Proceed with Caution palette, and this is French Kiss out of the Colourpop Yes Please palette. French Kiss is a bit more paler than Caution. Yeah, it's a bit more intense as well. Obviously, this is a shade that if you want it like at full opacity, you're going to have to work for it. I don't mind. I will say you have to be careful with this shade because I noticed that any chance or anytime I try to blend it out, it just kind of blended away. So keep that in mind. Up next, I'm going to take the shade Gloves On, which is that black metallic with the orange reflex. And I'm going to lightly stamp that in the outer V. That's a mess. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Okay. Redacted. Don't you love when you try to be adventurous and try out a different look for yourself and it goes nowhere where you wanted it to go? Yeah, that's me. So I may have royally messed this look. The palette's performing well, by the way. I don't want anyone to get confused. I just don't know what I'm doing. Let me see if I can save this. I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I think what left, I was playing with the black gloves on and I got a bit carried away. Needless to say, I think I was able to save it. This looks just going to be extremely bold today. Things went left, and so I basically just tried to save it by putting Maintenance, which is that burgundy, in the middle as a bit of a transition, and we're going to move on. Alright, so the next shade, actually, I'm going to move down to the bottom lash line. I'm taking a little bit of Gloves On, and I'm just going to apply that in the outer corner first. Next, I'm going to take the shade Drill, which is that copper shade, and I'm going to apply that on the bottom lash line. And then to kind of like ground that out, I'm just going to go in back with the shade Maintenance and use that to just like, we're going to ground that shade out a little bit. Let's stop getting adventurous because things are going to get a little crazy. So now I'm just going to take Dead End. I'm going to apply that on the inner corner and a bit into the top lid. So Dead End is cute. What I find myself doing now is that I'm just taking it over the entire yellow and just giving that yellow some extra oomph because I have thoughts about this palette, and yeah, we'll get into it. All right, so that is all of the eye work I am doing. I'm going to put on lashes and mascara and all that stuff, and then I'll be back and we'll finish the rest of the face. But that was a whirlwind of an experience. Lashes are down, by the way, so now we're going to move into the rest of the face. I am first going to highlight. I'm actually going to go back to the Perception collaboration that Shayla had with Colourpop, and I'm going to be using the loose highlighter in the shade Booming. So this collection comes with 2 under construction blushes, which retail for $8 each. We have one in the shade Whistle While You Work. It's just a pink blush. Simple. And then the second shade we have is Construct. This is Construct. Construct is a bit more on the brownish side, and it has a little bit of a metallic shift, just a slight metallic to it, just like very slight, you can barely see it. So I'm going to be taking the shade Construct. Some points from my hair, and I like them all. Okay. Like I said, I like this blush. I like this blush a lot. And this is the first time I've ever tried Colourpop's blushes. Thoroughly enjoy it. And this color in particular could very much be a bronzer if needed, just based off the color, especially for someone of my complexion. Maybe someone slightly lighter. I would be the darkest person who could use this as a bronzer, but you know, whatever. Alright, and the last products that we have in this collection are the lip and lip liner duos. These are probably the things I'm most excited about. So we have two lip liner duos. We have Slow Down and we have Speed Up. So both of these lip kits include one satin lipstick. So both these lip kits include one of the lip liners from Colourpop as well as one of the satin liquid lipstick. So the first set that we have is Speed Up. This includes the Speed Up satin lipstick, and Speed Up is a pinky shade, just pinky shade. And it also comes with BFF number 3, which is my favorite lip liner from Colourpop. And I feel like I feel like it's the favorite color of a lot of people of my complexion. Alright, so as you can see, there is the Speed Up liquid lipstick and the BFF number 3 lip liner. And then we also have the Slow Down lip bundle as well. Slow Down is more of a peachy shade. And then it comes with a brand new lip liner. This is the color, or this lip liner is in the color BFF number 4. I am so excited. So yeah, there is Slow Down and there is BFF number 4. I'm so excited. First of all, the packaging of these is cute. I am intrigued in the fact that she decided to create a BFF number 4 lip liner. That I love that. BFF number 3 is cute. I always felt like BFF number 3 could be slightly darker, and now I have BFF number 4. So yeah. So I'm going to be using the Slow Down lip bundle. Of course, I'm going to go with BFF number 4 first. And then I'm going to go in with the Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Slow Down. Okay. I love the way that looks. Ooh, that lip is cute. Ooh, that lip is cute. Alright guys, this is the completed look, and now it is time for my final thoughts. Let's start about the highs first. I feel like these lip bundles are cute. Cute as fuck. Cute. Of course, like I said, the BFF liners are my favorite liners, especially BFF number 3. So I'm glad that she included BFF number 3 in her collaboration. I'm also glad that she created BFF number 4. Hopefully Colourpop decides to make BFF number 4 part of their permanent collection as well. I think that the lip shades are lovely, and I'm glad that she decided to do satin lipsticks. In her second collaboration, which is more of a mini collaboration, there was a gloss and 2 of the matte liquid lipsticks. Of course, Colourpop's matte liquid lipsticks are known for being smudge proofing. Don't go anywhere, but they're also very drying, so I'm glad she decided to go with the satin instead. Moving into the blushes, the under construction blushes. This is the first time I've ever tried Colourpop's blushes before. Blush is cute. I went for, of course, the more brownish blush. And like I said, I like the fact that this blush is a bit more on the versatile side because it has a little bit of shimmer to it, and it can be used as a bronzer based off the color. I'm sure that the pink blush is cute. I'm not a fan of pink blushes, so I'm neither here nor there. Going into the eyeshadow palette. Oh boy. The color story of this palette is very cute. If we were comparing this eyeshadow palette to her Perception eyeshadow palette, in my personal opinion, I feel like Perception is stronger because of the color story. It offers a bit more of a variance for those who want to play with blues and purples, who also want to play with some neutral shades. There's some golden shades in that palette. Proceed with Caution is very straightforward. It's very much like everyday sort of glam, if you will, whereas Perception is more of like high glam in terms of color story. This palette, although it is a cute color story, it's not necessarily anything new, if you will. I made comparisons of this palette to Lemonade Craze from Maybelline, and although that palette is horrible, the color story is very similar to this. I also compared it to the Yes Please palette that Colourpop already has that is highly popular. Of course, Shayla is very conscious of the way that the products work on deeper complexions, so I feel like this might be a deeper version of the Yes Please palette. In terms of performance and everything, maybe I'm just having an off day, but I wasn't necessarily like wowed by it, if you will. I don't know, maybe I'm having an off day, but this palette seemed to underperform a bit, if you will. The yellow, of course with yellows, it's like, you're not going to get so much out of the yellow. I feel like the shade Dead End, although it's a cute shade, I feel like the shades in this palette are a bit on the drier side, if you will. The matte shades in this palette feel creamy. Or maybe it was just Dead End. Yeah, maybe just Dead End, because Dead End feels drier compared to Warning. Yeah, I think it might just be certain shades. This isn't my favorite eyeshadow palette from Colourpop, unfortunately. But keep in mind, you guys, that I love bright, bold colors. So Mars and Soul and all the other palettes like that, I love. This palette feels more so for the everyday guy or girl on the go, as opposed to like Perception, which is more so like high glam. It's a cute palette. It's not necessarily my forte. I'll play with it and use it some more, but as a whole, this collection is cute. I like the concept of it. I feel like her first collection was more of like high glam, in your face, like punchy, bold thing, because it was like new lipsticks but like high impact loose lip or highlighters, and then a bold, bright eyeshadow palette. The Proceed with Caution collection as a whole feels more so like it's made for just the average makeup wearer, or just someone who wants to play with neutrals, if you will, who doesn't want to get too bold with their makeup, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not necessarily that person, so this palette or this collection wasn't necessarily geared for me. So maybe my views on this are whatever. It's a cute collection. Needless to say, I feel like the price point of the collection as a whole is fairly reasonable. But if you're someone like me who likes bold, bright colors, I feel like you're not gonna like this collection as a whole. I feel like you'll like bits and pieces of it. Like I said, the lip bundles are cute as fuck. But if you're someone who wants to just like get their feet wet and play with something that's more neutral and just wants to grab like a whole bundle of stuff, then yeah, this collection is cute. This collection would be for you. So overall, this isn't my favorite Shayla collab. Perception is still my favorite, but I think it's a strong enough collab to where people can and will buy it to suit a certain interest. So I hope that makes sense. Long story short, this is made for the everyday guy or girl on the go. But yeah, that's my final thoughts. So yeah. Alright you guys, that is the end of this review. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, which I hope you do, you know, I put work into what I did. But if you did enjoy my review, then go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs up, like, and support. It means so much. Also, if you want to continue seeing my face on your YouTube feed, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I upload. Also, you guys make sure you follow me on all my social media accounts. That is NeonMUA on Instagram, Twitter, as well as Snapchat. Love to have you guys be a part of the Fireflies family. I talk a lot. I make a lot of typos when I talk. So if some things don't make sense, just keep that in mind. Listen, I can't spell. You guys know this. It's cool. But yeah, definitely follow me everywhere, especially on Twitter. That's where I'm most active. I try to be active on like Instagram stories and stuff, but Twitter is my domain. That's where I chill. That's where I roam. That's where I play. So follow me on all my social media, guys. Appreciate that. I'll see you guys. I talk about this a lot. Yes, I have merch. We've talked about merch before. If you want to buy it, that's cool. If not, that's cool. I mention it now because I do have two new I am mentioning this because I have two brand new designs on my merch website. My Do You Even Blend Bro design? That was weird. But yeah, my Do You Even Blend Bro design, as well as my Ladies in Gentle Dems design. I love these two. These two designs are cute in my opinion. But yeah, you guys definitely check out my merch store. Alright you guys, that is the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, take care. Later, bye.